This is summer. Cat's chilling. She heard me talking. The yucca plant's in bloom. Dogs are barking. Lawnmowers are going. Got the U-Haul ready. We're gonna do some runs to the dump. We're getting an appraisal on our house, so we're trying to get a bunch of stuff done. So I've been working today on various tasks on and off, and now I decided to sit down out front and make a video. And to be perfectly honest, I don't even know what I was going to talk about. I figure maybe I would just make a gratitude video, Every so often, I remind myself that I should be so grateful to be alive, just to be a human. And when you put it in perspective, compared to non-existence, existence is pretty cool. It's no more complicated than that, really. We can get into, the semantics of language and religion and try to corner ourselves on ideologies and dogma and fool ourselves and create realities and false paradigms and all these fun words and ideas. None of it really means anything in the big picture. When you stop and let go of language completely and just go with the feelings that you have and what you know inherently through your experiences, it's there's something to be said about just being grateful just for being alive. And all of us suffer to a degree, and all of us hopefully have some pretty good times in our lives too. And suffering is one of those things that Buddhists labeled because they understood that there were times when others would not do so well. Let's just say that there's times when you lose loved ones, when you can't pay the bills. And in the Western world, things have really changed. And many of the things that we gripe about, we've even coined the term, first world problems. But all problems are problems, and people face them. And so I guess what I'm getting at here is that we sometimes lose sight of the big picture to be grateful for being here, without having to wrap it up in some, religious principle or political ideology. Just to be able to just say, we're here not because of God, because of forefathers, because of space, because of aliens, because of just by chance, but just being alive at all as a human in this one life. It's like we lose sight of that because we're so hooked on trying to figure out what else there is, or, and in the past when I was younger, and I was looking for certain understandings, let's say, I remember a couple of people I encountered, older guys that, said, hey, eventually, you'll realize that, you come full circle to realize that there's nothing really to look for. It's always there. And I always knew that. But I needed to experience it myself. And to me, what that means is we have to learn as much as we can to realize that we don't really need to know very much. And that's so we can weed out all the BS from our lives. It's like when a kid burns himself before he learns not to touch a fire. It's going to happen. It doesn't matter how many times you as a parent try to tell them not to do something. They're going to do it, and they're going to hurt themselves, and they're going to learn from it eventually, but not until they do it themselves. And as humans, that means we can't just learn about what's going on in in the world and expect that we really understand it. And likewise, we can't just read about what we could be doing in our lives, or what God means, or what Spirit means, and expect it to really do anything for us. But we can embrace certain, we'll just say, certain cultural understandings, certain realizing what it means to be human, not trying to throw everything out and homogenize the whole, the whole of society, but rather be amazed and in awe of all the different cultures and belief systems and races and religions and, governments and cultures and borders and ideas and inventions that have come about to create this reality we're in now. We owe everything to those who came before us, even though we don't really realize it. We don't pay them as much respect as we really should to realize that being born in the Western world anyway, everything we have around us, I've got to move some brush, I rent a truck, and I have a home to live in, and I have heating, and I have food, and food most of all, and I can turn on my tap and water runs. And I would say that even in lots of parts of this country, here in the U.S., that's not always the case. And I expect in the future it will get worse, because we're at this point where we're kind of declining in, I believe that the Western way of life is going to decline, and so be it. But living above your means, let's just say, but having basic water isn't something that's above your means. It's just that there's so many people on earth now. So for I to be born at this time and to live is truly amazing. Deep breath and a little bit of gratitude, right, kitty? What's up, girl? Callie is a sweetheart. We have 3 cats and 1 dog. 2 young kids, 1 older kid. He's actually not a kid anymore. He's a man. He's 22 now. He'll be, it's just crazy to have, a kid that reminds me of, he's about the age I was when I met my wife, and it's just, which is his mom, of course, and he was about 3 years old at the time. And looking back on history, you have mile markers to realize, where you've been and how long it's really been. And for me, kids are the mile markers. It's pretty wild to look at them and go, oh, shit, my kid's going to be how old this year? 8? Anyhow, I guess I'm going to go now. It's been wonderful bullshitting to the camera, and I wish you all the best of days, and I just wanted to say to be grateful, and I'm going to be grateful, and we can all be grateful for what we have, and hope for more, if that's what our thing is, but that's subjective. Take care, my friends.